So I'm going to keep this short and sweet, and then we can call it a night. I was where you are less than half a decade ago, and as I'm sorry, I didn't get the host's name. Akshita. As Akshita said, the youngest in Karnataka. I think it's a small correction, minor correction. It's the youngest in South India, and. No, nothing to brag. Because once you all start working, you will realize that youth is the biggest hurdle when you start any profession. So then I'm going to first start out by congratulating the new student union, their body, and it was a very nice and short pledge. But I would recommend that next time you put your arm on your heart rather than a half salute. And secondly, my association with SSIMS, Shamno Shivshankarappa Institute of Medical Sciences and Research Center. It's more than just blood. So there's a decent bit of sweat and tears involved as well. Just here, there's the 7-story building that is coming up, the super speciality block. So I've been quite involved in that project, and as Arun sir knows, Ravi sir knows, all of them know. My expertise are mainly in engineering, so then I get involved in that form. And one thing I think we've all learned from that is don't buy lifts or elevators from Schindler, so please do remind that students. Remember that. And another project I was involved in campus is the Plastination Lab. And I hope all of you have visited or are involved in the Plastination Lab. Can I just get a show of hands if anyone has been there, knows what it is, or are we failing to teach you plastination? Yeah, I think that's something for the anatomy professor to work on. Yeah. So then, no, I'm a huge fan of his. We've worked together for quite a while. So if any of you do not know plastination, I request you and I encourage you to get on board with it. So basically what happens is you've all been to the anatomy lab. I think first years will not forget it for a few months when they go to anatomy labs. I say wait till you go in the back where they keep the cadavers in the formaldehyde. That is an even more scarring sight. So the plastination lab that we've done, it's from a company called BioDur, and they're a German company. And what they do is they use chemicals such as epoxy resin, and they basically transfuse the cadaver with epoxy, and so theoretically and practically the cadaver will remain the way it is because it becomes almost plastic, and its life is considered to be for 100 years, just as plastic is. So all of you doing anatomy know how once we start dissecting and looking at things, the cadaver is used up. And so this is a great way to actually respect a body that has been donated for science. So that's a great initiative that SSIMS has taken, and I encourage everyone to get more involved in it, because even now, when I find animal cadavers, such as recently a young buffalo calf that was born, I donate it to the lab, and then they start the plastination process. So get involved in things like this, and that here, these kind of events, they expect dignitaries to give life advice, and as a 27-year-old, I refuse to do that, because I don't think us in our mid-20s should be giving anybody life advice. So if I'm to say anything, it is to get more involved as students, because we have that hunger, and I honestly have to say that we also have the brains. We are a little troublesome, but then we get things done if you give us an opportunity, and I'm pretty sure you all can do that in many initiatives such as even SSK Trust. And if any of you do participate, I'm pretty sure you'll be meeting me more often, because I usually hold SSK Trust camps in different wards and villages, and we get a lot of diagnosis done, which is the first step in curing anything. Finally, I wanted to talk about research. And many students have been awarded ICMR research awards in SS, and that's a very good thing. And I want to put more pressure on this. So students, please, I know you're first to third years, and this is student union, so we're not here to talk about academics or research, we're here to talk about magazines, cultural events, and everything that is fun. but research can be fun too. I'll give you an example. Recently in February, there was a gynecology conference in Parvati Girls in Davangere. Parvati Girls is a convention hall. So there were 20 gynecologists, many from the Bapuji fraternity and many with private clinics. And so there was this one company called Medichikitsa from Vijayanagara. And so the one problem that many Indians face, especially when it comes up to gynecology, I would like to show hands if any students are interested in gynecology or fetal medicine, or have you not given it a thought yet? Nobody, no gynecologists in your batch. Oh no, students. No. Okay. So then, ma'am, were you there in that conference? Yeah, they both were there. Yeah, both of your teachers were there. So then, it was really good because I think it was about encouraging fetal testing for abnormalities such as Down's, thalassemia, and other complications, and especially with consanguineous marriages, as in marriages between blood relatives, being a huge concern. And they're going to say, especially as an MLA, you should not talk about topics like these. But I think you're all doctors, right? So you need to be talking about these tough questions. And I'll always be there to support any of these tough initiatives. So I was even talking to the SSK Trust group about getting this testing as also something that we get on board, and it's going to be very helpful. So these are small things, small ideas that you can come up with the students, and always approach us, especially through SSK Trust. And let's make India, and let's start with Davangere, let's make Davangere a more healthy city to live.